Hey folks, welcome back to Street Rust. Last video, you saw destruction and annihilation. You saw pain and misery. I've slept since then. I think I'm back into a mental state that's conducive to knocking this out now. So at the end of the last video, after we got the thermostat housing all locked down and dialed in, we discovered we have a water leak right here at the corner of the intake manifold. Now, which probably means there's a water outlet right here in this vicinity that's just running down the channel, hopefully. So what are we going to do? The good news is I'm not taking thermostat housing off. I pulled the distributor, the coil, the carb, spark plugs, all that kind of good stuff. I don't have to pull off the water pump. That's good. May or may not have to take the valve covers off. Got to take off the heat riser for the choke, and then we'll pop this bad boy off. I am going to let a little bit, take the level down a little lower in the coolant, because I don't want a bunch of coolant mess in the block. Not that it's going to matter. I've already wasted $30 of VR1 racing oil with ZDDP, so that's pretty much shot there. We're going to have to probably not change the filter, but we'll definitely have to change the oil again, just to make sure we don't have any water contamination in there. But nonetheless, I'm not going to make you watch this. I'm going to go and get everything disconnected before I break it loose. I'll get you back in here and we'll take a look at it together. See you in a second. Alrighty, got everything stripped down. I got my pry bar. Yep, gonna need it. Let's see. Let's get a good angle here. See if we can. Boy, I got that thing on there good. Oh my, this is going to be a pain in the butt. Valve covers should be okay. I mean, you know, how do you do it? I guess I could get a screwdriver and gently tap it in there. That should break the seal, at least. Well, this is going to get ugly, folks. I'm going to have to get up in here. Messing up all my new paint. I'm going to bust myself in the chops. Good Lord. Well, let's just keep taking it to it. That's the doggone. Oh, there it went. There it went. That's what we wanted. All right, folks, you know the drill. Enjoy it. Be glad it's me and not you. Oh, that one's stuck in the back. All right, what do I do here? I guess I can lift it up here. Well, I can already see one gasket moving over here, so that's not good, but that's on that side. Can I get under here anywhere? Let's see. Not really. It's got those studs There we go. All right, now it's off. All right. If I can get it away from those studs. This thing's heavy, folks. Woo! Was it leaking right there? What had to be. All right. You young guys laugh all you want. It's gonna be you in 30 years. All right, I'm gonna set this over on the bench. Good. All right. Woo! All right. I think it's number one, pretty dang obvious that this did not seal well. That's the quart gasket. It compressed okay, but we got a leak. It was leaking out right here. So I'm guessing, I apologize folks, it was leaking out right here. So I'm guessing that's where she was leaking right there, okay? This one looks a little better formed. And I don't think it, I mean, you can only put these gaskets on one way. So, back to the drawing board. And there is water, a little bit of water down in here. So all this oil is going to have to go. So that's all there is to it. All right, folks. Let me get some intake gaskets ordered. Let's see if I can beef it up a little bit, maybe. And these actually went in okay. This one kind of slid a little bit that way. Not really. Those actually went on. Even the cork one back there went on pretty good. All this is going to have to be cleaned up, but pretty evident that's our issue right there. Right there. It was leaking out here. And I'm going to have to clean that up really good and get that sealed up really good to make sure that hole goes all the way through down at the bottom. So there's no issue there. And you've got a good tight seal between here and here. Looks like I'm just going to have to do a little better. Oh, where's the other gasket? Let's take a look at the intake real quick. All right, so here's how it sets in the engine. Here's where our leak was. I wonder, no. We're going to flip that over. Flip it over and look at it. I'm not sure what that is there. And the gasket here is stuck here, and that was sealed pretty good. So let me set you down for a minute if I can. And I'm gonna flip this gasket, this intake over real quick. Oh, yeah, no. All right, we're good. So here's where the leak was. And I was looking at this from the bottom. That's where the screw goes. So it's got to be sealed real good there. And I don't think we got a good seal. So, new intake gaskets, again. More goop, again. That's probably 40, 50 bucks with the gaskets and the gasket sealer. Huh, you can see where I painted it there. Anyway, no biggie. We'll get it. We'll get her done. Be back in a few seconds for y'all. Alrighty folks, we're back. I have cleaned and cleaned and cleaned. I got a fresh can of acetone, and that's about as clean as that bad boy can possibly get. That's it over here. Let's go look at the vehicle. Alright, so I have also cleaned here, once again with acetone. These intake gaskets, first of all, these are Felpro 90103-1. I'm not using the China wall gaskets. So here's where our problem was leaking. It was pretty obvious that the leaking was coming through here. I thought maybe it was the intake, correction, the head gasket, which is a little boogered up, actually, you can't see, it's a little boogered up on that side, okay? And I may clean that up a little bit. But anyway, I thought maybe it was pushing it up or out. It's not. The only thing I can really speculate is that this tab had boogered that up. You know, it didn't meet good, things of that nature. It's not really difficult. You know, I'm going to say it again. It's not rocket science, but I've demonstrated that it is. You've got these guide bolts in here, so you just basically set it in and set it down, and you only torque these. Let's go look at this. This is actually a 68, and it's still a steel intake, and that one over there on the 302 is a 71. But I mean, this is pretty obvious here. You don't start in the middle like an aluminum intake. You go 1, 2, 3, 4. You work your way out to the ends. Then you come in and do 9, 10, 11, 12. And they're only torqued to 20 to 22 foot-pounds. And I can demonstrate that right here. This is a correction. Let's see. Where are we at here? Oh, yeah. Manifold to cylinder head. Your intake for a 302 is only 20 to 22 foot-pounds. So it don't take much. You ain't got to crank it down. So here's what we're going to do. Got a new tube of goop. It wasn't free, just in case y'all were wondering. So here's what I'm going to do off camera. I'm going to goop the inside of these. Okay, then I'll goop the outside. We're not using the gasket here, so I'm going to do a healthy, like 1/4 inch bead across here, and it's going to splooge out, okay, because goop, and that's what goop does. Okay, do the same thing on the back side. Now, notice here, there's your water inlets on the back side of this 302, and this, I just want to do a little research because I don't get it. But on the back side, even on the other side, these are blocked off in the back. So if those are blocked off in the back, I get they use the block for multiple applications, you know. Maybe there was a 4-barrel application that actually had that. So I'm going to go ahead and get all this set up, and then I'll get you guys set up. And the next time you see me, we're going to be gooped. The intake is going to be setting probably up here. And I'm probably going to be sitting right here because that thing weighs a ton. And I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to drop it down and we'll start some bolts. Alright folks, nothing glamorous about this. I absolutely cannot lift this any kind of weight. I don't know, I'm going to embellish, as my children say. It weighs a lot. No way in the world I'm going to reach out over here and set this down, so I got to get in here. Alright, so I've got the gaskets gooped. I got the china walls gooped. I just need to goop on the outside because I want a really good seal. You can't see me doing this one, but you'll see me do the one that's down by my knee. And I'm slipping. You know what? I can probably just take that out. It'll be a lot easier. There we go. I want to goop this up really good. This is where our leak was. And get it all tied together. Alright, let me do this one down here. This one keeps slipping down on me. And here we go. I'm being very generous with this gasket maker, aka goop, because I want this stuff sealed up. I don't want to ever have to take this off again. Alright, here we go. I know it's probably difficult for you to see. I apologize. Okay, I gotta get my goop going. We're almost there. Okay. There's some good goop right there. Alright, now, you can see this one right here by my knee. I'm trying not to fall off here. I gotta get it, there we go. Now I'm more stable. Alright, We got goop everywhere. Goop for everybody. We're gonna get it going. Want this sucker sealed up. Also, I didn't mention the on these Fel-Pro gaskets, they don't have anything that says up or down or whatever, but it's embossed around these. You can feel it's embossed, it's humped up. That goes on towards the intake side. All right, so what we need to do, we're going to pick this up to the best of my ability, and we are going to set it down on these guides. We are rock solid there. Don't see how we could get more rock solid. And I may have goo going everywhere, but that's all right. I don't want to do this again, you know what I mean, Vern? All right. Now, all right. The good news is I got the outlet on it now, so it should make it a little easier to set this down on the studs. Should be a straight down situation. There it is. Okay. All right, now what we're doing here, I'm gonna start these bolts in. Make sure we're all lined up, and we should be perfectly lined up because of these studs. Shouldn't have any challenges with that. It is what it is. These are nuts that go on the studs. They're flange nuts, so I don't need a washer. I am going to have to check my picture. I know this is where the bracket goes for the spring for the car, for the throttle. I'm not tightening these down right now. I'm not going to make y'all watch me torque this again, but I wanted you to see kind of what goes on here. All right. And folks, don't be afraid to do this just because I've jacked it up like a football bat. Sorry that cord's in the way, folks. I didn't realize that. My wife will be sure to point that out to me. Okay, all those are started. I've got one flange nut left, and I gotta look at my pictures to see which way this bracket goes. I'm thinking it was like that, but I will double check. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run these down. I'm gonna torque them 2022, which probably means 25 to 30 foot-pounds, and we're gonna let it set. What I'll do is I'll get out here. Hopefully y'all can see me. What I'll do is I'll get out here. All right, camera shut off. Not sure why, but I'll get all these torqued down. I'll get out here, let this set overnight. I'll get everything put back together. I'm not gonna try to run it without you. I'm not gonna put water in it without you. Okay, so we'll start this together. That's part of the journey. Okay, so we'll see you guys in a few seconds. Okay, folks, got everything back together. Well, not everything, got the intake back together and torqued down. I'm not putting everything back on until we know this is good. So let's start filling it up with water and see what we got. Where's my funnel there? There we go. You'll see how much water I'm putting in. No hanky-panky here. Kind of let everything settle down there and see what we got. I'm just putting water in right now, folks. Tired of wasting antifreeze. We're getting there. I don't hear or see anything leaking. That's good. Yeah, I can see the level up to about right there. No, I don't feel any water in here yet. I don't see anything leaking. Let's just keep going. Alright, I got good water level. Good water level. Okay. Oh, there we go. Tell you what, I'm gonna take this out. Whoops. Yeah, I got a ways to go there. I just splashed water on there, so I don't see anything leaking. Let me get a rag. Let me get a rag. I splashed water on there, had me worried. You know what I mean? I do not want to do this again, folks. I'm done. I'm not done. I'm never done. But all right, let me keep her going. Okay, I hear it in there. Nothing leaking. So I'm gonna go ahead and use some more of this 50-50 I got. Give it a little color at least. Heck, I think that's, nah, there's a little bit in there, not much. I'm gonna have to add some, I'll drain some off, and once we get it all good, I'll drain some off and fill her up. Alrighty then. I'm gonna kind of leave it right there for now. I'm gonna get you all in here. Let me get another light as well. Make sure, we're doggone sure, we got no leaks somewhere. Nothing. We got water. I don't see water leaking anywhere. Nowhere. Let me just take a peek underneath here at this big old mess. I don't see anything leaking. I think we got a winner, folks. Let's get in. Let me get you in here. All right. So we had, get this light in here so you can see. We had water leaking underneath the housing here, and dry as a bone. Then we got that resolved because I'm a rocket scientist. Then I had water leaking down here, which is hard to see, down in here, which it's shiny because the paint came off, but it is bone dry. Okay, so that's good news. So we'll take it. We'll take the win. And tell you what, I'm going to do this off video. I'm going to get this thing all put back together, because you don't need to see that for like a 57th time, and get this thing started up and running, and we'll go from there, because we need to be done with this project. It's beautiful outside. It's springtime. It is time to buy another vehicle. I want to get this wrapped up.